Hello everybody, Epic Mewtwo here. Today we have something very special. We are going to be going through the steps on how you, the viewer, can submit footage to Dokkan Replay. On the first episode of the series where I asked you guys, hey, would you like this to be a reoccurring thing on the channel? I got a ton of positive response, and it seems you guys really want this to be a series. So I'm gonna pull through for you, and I'm gonna show you guys how to actually submit your gameplay to Dokkan Replay. Now, if you don't know what Dokkan Replay is, if you missed that last video, Dokkan Replay is basically my series where viewers can send in footage of different runs of events. You know, whether they win or lose, it doesn't matter. You know, I can kind of maybe critique why the loss happened, you know, speed runs of different events, showcases of different units, you know, like Rainbow Star units, what have you. So, basically, you're going to be able to send in your footage and I'll commentate over it, is the bottom line. As well, you'll kind of get a little bit of a shout out on the side. If you want more context to the video, then take a look at the first episode, which will be linked in the description as well as at the end of the video. But, enough of that. Let's hop into how to actually submit your gameplay. Now, a quick disclaimer before we start, this will be done on PC, as you can see. This process does work on mobile as well, with a few minor adjustments, and I'll be going over those throughout the video. So, let's hop in here. We're going to get started with step 1, basically, what you're going to need to film. Now, keep in mind, I know that a lot of you already know how to do this. I'm assuming that most of you, if you're planning on submitting to the series, you probably already know how to do this. So I'm going to put a timestamp up on the screen and in the description. You can skip to them. Excuse me, not them, then you can skip to then on to actually see how to submit the footage. But for you guys who don't know how to film on your phone, I'm going to be covering how to actually film from your phone directly. Now, I'm not going to be covering how to do it on PC, but just a quick Google search of OBS, or if you have a Mac and an iPhone, you can use QuickTime Player and display your iPhone on your Mac screen. Now, in terms of iOS, if you are before iOS 11, I got a couple of recommendations for you. iEmulators is a great place to try out. They have a bunch of these. AirShao works for a lot of people. They have a bunch of different ones as well as, you know, some other different video game stuff. But they have a lot of good screen recorders for iOS. Some of them are outdated, so you kind of have to try different ones on here to see what works. But iEmulators is a great resource if you are looking for a screen recorder before iOS 11 as well. Another good one is Dr. Phone. Now, Free here made a video about Dr. Phone, and it's in the description below as well as all the other links that will be needed in this video. So go check that out there. This is a paid option, but Kyle, who was on the first episode of Dokkan Replay, actually personally recommends this one. He uses it himself and he really likes it. He says it's worth the price tag. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. Keep in mind, this was all for iOS. If you are on iOS and you are on iOS 11, then you should be able to use the in-house screen recorder right there. This should be really easy for you guys to use, so if you're on iOS 11, there you go there. For our Android guys, I have a couple of options for you. This is a screen recorder that I personally used, AZ Screen Recorder. It's great. It works well for what it is. It's a very simple screen recorder, very easy to use. You can figure it out. This is for if you're not on one of the newer phones, then this is a great option for you. But if you are on one of the newer phones with one of the programs called Game Tools or Game Launcher, there is a screen recorder within that application that's already like a default app on the phone. So all of those are different options for us Android folk, as I definitely use an Android myself. So check all of those out for actually, you know, learning how to film right off of your phone. And the reason why I'm covering it right off of your phone is simply because it'll be easier for me to review in, when I actually make the video, if you just send me the footage that you filmed directly on your phone as opposed to filming it on the PC, although that still works. Now, we are going to move on to how you can actually submit your gameplay. So, in the description below, this form will be down there. This is the video that was the first in the series, the pilot here. Of course, I can't put this video that I'm making right now on the screen because it's not on YouTube yet, but this exact thing that is in this comment here will be in the description below. So, what you're going to want to do is just copy this baby right here, highlight it all, right click, copy. There we go. Then you're going to want to head over to your favorite email service, whatever that might be. I will be using Gmail because, I don't know, I just like Gmail. And then you're going to obviously pop open a new email here. Then you're going to paste this down here. So, we'll get back to this in 1 second. We need to talk about the stuff up here first. So, recipients. This is the email that you're going to be sending it to. It'll also be in the description below if you forget or if you just want to copy and paste that way. The email is Dokkan Replay EM2 at, gmail.com. As well, there will be a little bit of censoring this video just because there's some things on the computer, I can't get through the cracks, you know what I'm saying? So if you see a couple white bars in this video and you're like, hey, shouldn't there be something there? That's why. Anyway, that is going to be the email that you're going to send your gameplay to. Now, the subject should look something like this. You're going to type Dokkan Replay, then you're going to put your name, so in my case, Epic Mewtwo, and then you're going to put the topic of whatever it might be. So let's say tech villains, I spelled villains wrong, but it's okay, versus Super 17, why not? Right, so that's the topic of the video there. Even Google doesn't know how to spell villains, apparently. Alright, so we got that there. This will give me a general idea of what I'm about to look at. So then you go down here, finally, to the submission form that we copied before. So, topic of the video, you're going to do, let's see, LR, Goku, Black, Rainbow, Star, Showcase. Wouldn't that be a beauty? Oh, man. And then, you can just kind of give me a little parenthesis here. We'll just copy it from here because that's easier. Parenthesis, and there you go. Oops, didn't mean to put that there. There we go. So this basically just gives me a synopsis of what your video is going to be about before I actually watch it. So, it'll give me a good idea of the kind of content that you're presenting to me. That sounded really self-entitled. I'm sorry. But I guess it kind of makes sense. Anyhow, not the self-entitlement, I mean how I worded that. Wow. Anyhow, moving on. So here's something important: displaying your username on the scouter. So if we go back to the original video, that's the Dr. Phone video. If we go back to the original video here, you can see that Kyle chose for his name to be displayed on the scouter. Now, I know a lot of people are pretty paranoid about having their name displayed whenever they show, something Dokkan related. So if you don't want your name to be displayed, then we'll just go back to our email here, and we're just going to type no. But if you really don't care, like in Kyle's case, and you're fine with showing the scouter, actually that should be appear, might be, you just type yes. So yes or no there, whatever applies to you will go there. Then, name to be displayed on the side. So this is whatever username you want to be displayed on the sidebar here. I keep clicking on the Dr. Phone video. Let me move that over there just so I can get that all arranged for me. So as you can see, Kyle chose your boy Kyle because obviously that's the username he uses for everything. So I'll put Epic Mewtwo because that's the username I use for everything. Now, this is an important piece here. This is basically a little bit of promotion for, whoever is submitting the video, aka you, the viewer. So, we have a couple things here. Social is basically, this is going to be for all of your social media things. So Kyle just wanted to show his Discord here. So that's all I had him show. That's all he wanted. You know, didn't want to show anything else. All good with me. So I'm going to let you show a maximum of 3 things. So what you're going to do for this step is basically you're going to change this to whatever you want. So we'll say Twitter, right? So I want this to be my Twitter. So whatever you want to be displayed for your Twitter, you put there. So I want @EpicMewTwo to be displayed next to the Twitter icon in the video. And then for the description, you'll grab a link. Here is my Twitter page. Copy that boy right there and paste it in the link section. I'll put that in the description of the video so people can check it out and, you know, they don't have to go searching. It's easier for them to find. Then another thing here is YouTube. Right, so I want to link my YouTube channel. Just put @EpicMewTwo Dokkan, right? With a big O there, apparently. And we'll go to my channel here, grab the link, copy it, and paste it under the link. Now, I'm going to let you guys put 3 of these here, like I said before. Just for this example, I'm going to be putting 2. But, you know, you could put your Twitter, YouTube, and Discord. You could put your Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So on and so forth. You get the point. You can put 1 social. You can put none at all. Because I know some people really don't have social media. And they just have a YouTube account for watching videos. That's cool, too. Whatever you want to do. But that is there if you want to use it. Now, the notes section here is important for me specifically. This is for maybe if you brought a card that wouldn't normally be on this team and you want me to know why you brought that particular card, or, you know, if one of your rotations was kind of goofy looking and you want me to know, you know, why it was goofy looking, that you did that on purpose or something. So just for example, we'll put I brought Tech Super 17, you know, for the links, right? So then I'll know there that, you know, you brought a certain unit for, you know, whatever the purpose you brought it, but that's just an example there. So then what you're going to want to do after you've had this whole form filled out, which I know this is a lot to fill out, but trust me, it'll make it a lot easier on my end to actually, you know, like get the video and fill out all the information that I want to fill out in the video that will be featuring your gameplay. So the next step you're going to do here is attach your video. So we're going to do attach files. Again, some of this is going to be blurred out just because it's on the computer. We're going to use Kyle's original video as an example here. So you're going to double click on your footage, and it will attach as a Google Drive link. Now, I'm assuming that most of your guys' videos will be bigger than the amount of megabytes that Google allows to be attached to an email, because there's only a certain amount. You know, if it's like a 1 or 2 minute video, you should be able to attach that, you know, without having to make it a Google Drive link. You know, that won't really make a full video. I'm sure that your run will be longer than that either way. But, you know, this was a 13-minute video from Kyle, so it is a little big. So this is totally okay if it decides to attach as a Google Drive link. So I am going to let this go through all the way. I'm going to say a couple things that I forgot to mention in the video while this is loading. And then after I'm done with that, we'll cut if this is done before then. So, the couple differences that we have for phone users is, of course, if you are in the YouTube app, you can't just copy things from the description like you can in the browser. So what you're going to want to do there is you're going to want to open up the actual web browser and access YouTube through there. Go find this video. Maybe I'll put a link in the description. I don't know, that won't really work because it'll just bring you back to this video. Scratch that. Basically just go to my channel on your browser, find this video. It'll be in a playlist of Dokkan Replay videos. It'll be the first one or the second one, so it'll be pretty easy to find. Then you can actually copy and paste the description from YouTube in your browser. Keep in mind too, you might have to switch it to desktop mode, simply because I'm not sure how YouTube mobile in the browser is with copying and pasting stuff from the description. But if you click view as desktop website, then you should be able to copy and paste the information that will be in the description, the form that you need to fill out, just fine. Now, again, of course, I'm covering this with filming only from your phone because that's what I want you guys to send me Again, just so it's a lot easier for me to do it, and it should be easier for you too. Something to keep in mind when you're doing that though is make sure you have enough space on your phone for the video, you know, especially if it's going to be like a 10-minute video or something like that, which is completely fine. You guys can send, I'm going to say up to 20-minute videos, because, you know, if it's like a boss rush run, it might take that long, or something of that nature. I'm sure a normal event wouldn't normally take that long, depending on what team you're using, of course. If you're using some kind of silly team, then perhaps. But, you know, I'm going to say limit is around 20 minutes. You know, if it's like 21, 22, that's fine. But, yeah. So, hopefully, you're going to be filming that footage from your phone. If you do film it from your computer, that's fine. It'll just take a little bit more finagling from me. But again, I would rather you film it from your phone directly. So, let's check on our attachment here. Again, this will take a while to actually download. You guys will be able to see, from my my clock here, when I cut the footage, you'll actually be able to see how long this took in the minutes from the start. But we are going to cut right here, and we'll be back when this attaches. Alright, so as you can see, the file is now attached. Basically, how this will send, as instead of an actual like pure attachment like a picture on an email or something of that nature, or like the video right here, it'll basically send as a Google Drive link, and I'll be able to download it and then get your footage on my end. Of course, this is what it looks like when it's attached. Here is another example of something that I cooked up earlier, just as another example. You know, this was just kind of a test one, if you will, but this is the one that we made just now. So what we are going to do is send it off, and then as you can see here, it says this drive file isn't shared with the recipient. So this is the important part. As long as it says can view, there's only 3 options, and it's already on can view, and then you click share and send. Do not click send without sharing, otherwise I can't view it. Click share and send, and bam, you are all good to go. Now I will get your submission to the email, of course, and I'll check out your video and potentially feature it in a Dokkan Replay. Now, something to keep in mind with this is that I don't know, you know, I'm not really having a planned date for this series. You know, it could be maybe every week, it could be every other week, you know, and your submission might not be, you know, like featured right away, especially if I'm getting a high volume of submissions. You know, it kind of depends, you know, on everything. Of course, if there's, you know, a bunch of Dokkan, like, big news happening, you know, then it might not be, you know, like, featured right away. You get the point. It might take a while for it to get featured, so just be patient. This is the only time I'm ever gonna tell you this, and you know I hate, like, I don't want to say stroking my own ego, because that's not the right word, and that's not what I mean, but, like, I don't know, basically, you get what I point, or you get my point. Turn on that notification bell, hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified when your video goes up, as well as my other videos. You know, obviously I produce other good content besides this series. So, I hope you guys enjoy. I can't wait to see who is going to be the first submission. Of course, at the time of recording this, we've only had one, which is the first episode of the series. And, yeah. Hope you guys got a lot of help on how to actually submit to the series from this video. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section below. I will be sure to answer them. I'm sure that you guys will ask some good questions of stuff that I didn't think of, excuse me, down there. And yeah, that's going to do it. I'll see you in the next one. Epic Mewtwo out. Peace. Hey guys, I know I don't usually do the intro or outro. Why did I say intro? I know I don't usually do the outro here, but I just wanted to bring to your attention the example video of the series, which was the first episode here at the end, as well the whole playlist of all of the different videos. Of course, at the time of recording this, there'll only be one there, but you know, as the future goes on, there'll be more and more added. So the playlist to all of the Dokkan Replay episodes will be there as well if you want to check those out. And Epic Mewtwo out. Peace.